All right, this is DNA Sports Talk. We're live at the Celebration Bowl. We have FAMU versus Howard going on this weekend. But with me right now is Dr. Beckford. How you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. A little cold for me.
A little cold?
Yeah, but I'm good.
What got you started into music?
While I was in high school, I was a pseudo athlete. I ended up being in a band class, and I was a pretty big dude, so band director put a tuba on my shoulder.
Okay.
And I hated him for it. But it ended up becoming the instrument that paid my way to college. I ended up becoming a really good tuba player and got a scholarship to Florida A&M University, and the rest is history. I fell in love with music, learned how to write music, and became a band director, and I've been a band director for 35 years now. So I'm very grateful.
Wow. What has allowed you to stay with it so long?
Well, you know, sometimes in the process of growing, we discover what we're really interested in, and I've been really blessed to realize that God put me on this earth to use music as a tool to empower young people, the same way music empowered me. So I'm in a position to use that same vehicle to empower my students, and that's something I really enjoy doing. So I'm where I need to be. I'm where I need to be.
Are you harder on the tuba players?
I think I am. I think I am. Yeah. It's a good question.
Is that and that's probably from having played.
Absolutely.
Similar to guys who play a certain position and then become a coach, you're harder on the ones that where you grew up at.
Absolutely.
What are some of your favorite artists?
Earth, Wind & Fire is my favorite group. Okay. But I love the Bee Gees. I love Charlie Parker. I love John Coltrane. Michael Jackson's amazing. Stevie Wonder. Just love his music. I love analyzing his music because it's so theoretical. And so many others, a wide variety of artists, but those are my favorite.
If you had to choose your dream concert of 3 headliners, who would it be?
Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind & Fire, and he's not here anymore, but Michael Jackson.
Ooh, it did take you long to figure that one out there. How have you adapted with your students when it comes to the music that has continually changed and progressed?
Well, because I'm an educator and my mantra is really using the vehicle as a tool for the students, I've always merged into whatever was current for the students that I have. So over 3 decades of teaching, I've learned how to embrace, hip hop in the 90s, R&B in the early 2000s, and then the hip hop combination, and all the different forms of modern day music that my students are into. Because a lot of times, I use that same music to motivate them. You can't go into Earth, Wind & Fire until you teach them their stuff, and then they can appreciate Earth, Wind & Fire afterwards.
It does seem like a lot of the music now is starting to, cycle again,
yeah.
Right. When you're trying to recruit students to come, what do you look for?
I look for potential. And sometimes our students can't see the potential in themselves. But every time I look at a student, I look at them like as a ball of clay. Like I literally envision what they can become, especially after a conversation. First question I always ask a student is, before you went to middle school, what did you dream about becoming? Because when you get to middle school, you gotta survive. But when you were in high school, when you were in elementary, you're still dreaming. So I always say, what did you dream about becoming when you were in elementary school? And that gives me the drive to, okay, let me try to touch and connect with them on that level. They wanted to be a doctor. Let's talk about how we can help you get on the road to being a doctor. Now, skipping school ain't gonna get you to be a doctor. Not eating right and understanding nutrients on that bottle is not gonna help you. Start thinking about what you need to do to become a doctor, and that's how I recruit students, by connecting with them on what is their vision for themselves in that time, in that moment when I'm talking to them.
Have you seen your students over the years come back and help out with what you're trying to do?
Absolutely. There's a connection that I have with a student. I think it's quite unique and unprecedented. They always remember how I encourage them to be the best version of themselves. So they always come back. And I always have a lot of students that come back and share their experiences in the program with the current students. And that's amazing because it allows the new students to connect and have hope that I'm going to have the same kind of experiences. And business leaders, politicians, all those students that came back, they share with my current students, and that's been great.
What has been one of the biggest blessings of being a director?
Well, one of the biggest blessings, all 4 of my daughters participated in my band.
Ah.
They were all my students, and watching how music and the band experience has empowered them to become the amazing women that they are right now. And not only being amazing women, but they're amazing women that attract amazing people. They're all involved with very amazing people. The joy of that is understanding how I can have faith that the experience they have in band is going to empower them to become the best versions of themselves, because they're going to learn principles about hard work, about integrity, camaraderie. That's going to transcend beyond the band experience into a productive life, into a life that's full of an effort to be the best integritous character person you can be. And that's the most rewarding experience I have as a director, knowing that this band experience will empower my students to pursue that kind of life.
That's excellent. Well, again, Don Stinson, man, I appreciate your time,
Thank you,
man.
brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.